It's At Home with AJ. I'm glad that you could welcome the Kingsville Public Library into your home today and that you could join me in mine. And today it must be time to clean out the refrigerator again because I am going to make strata with you today. And it's a great recipe because it uses things that you already have in the refrigerator, or in this case some stale bread is absolutely fabulous to make this wonderful brunch dish that you can put in the refrigerator the night before and bring it out that morning and pop it in the oven, or just a nice tasty dinner that you can make ahead of time, which is always a great thing. So go clean out the refrigerator, see what you got, and we'll get started. Strata is a family favorite around my house, and it's a favorite of mine personally because, again, it uses bread that's going stale, leftovers from the refrigerator, and it makes a nice breakfast or a nice dinner. So the first thing that you are going to need is some bread, and if you don't have sliced bread, you can always cube up bread. So if you've got some buns that are going stale or some dinner rolls, you can always cube it up and do the same thing that we're going to do here. Whatever you've got that you need to get rid of, now's the time to do it. And it's a very simple recipe. We are just going to take our bread, and again, if you wanted to do this and you didn't have stale bread but you had a loaf of bread, you can always put it in the oven or in the toaster, get it a little dry. You want it kind of dry, especially if you're going to let it sit overnight, so that the eggs and the milk mixture doesn't get into the bread too quickly and make it kind of disintegrate. So you're going to have your stale bread, we have some eggs, we have some milk, and then we've got our leftover stash, anything from the fridge, and some cheese. And again, the recipe will be down in the comment section of this video, so you can look there to find out the basics and then add your own to it. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to grab our eggs, and we're going to whip those up a little bit, just so we get them nice and stirred up there. And then we're going to add our milk, and we're just going to whip that on in there. And you could do this with a hand mixer if you wanted to. It makes a nice fluffy egg mixture. You can just do this with a whisk, or if you got a spoon, or whatever you want. And we're just going to mix that egg mixture around until it's nice and frothy, kind of foamy. Kind of like the dog drooling in the kitchen, foaming at the mouth. And then we'll let that sit for a minute. You are also going to need a 9x13 pan, and grab some baking spray or some butter. Get that pan greased up so that it doesn't stick. And now we are ready to put our bread into the pan and add our fridgy leftovers. The original recipe I have for this is cheese strata, where it just uses cheese, different kinds of cheese throughout. And it is a wonderful way to make a versatile dish, is to use different kinds of cheese. Gives it a nice mix of flavor, and that's what I'm going to use today. But I'm also going to use what I cleaned out of the refrigerator. So you're going to take your first set of bread slices, you're going to layer them in the bottom of the pan so that it covers the pan. And then I'm actually going to use some slices of American cheese that I have in there. I did have some provolone, but I was a little resistant about giving up my provolone just yet. I might have other plans for that. I don't have quite enough of the American cheese to go around, so I'm gonna tear these pieces in half and put them on my bread slices because I have other cheese, of course. So I just put my cheese slices right on my bread, arranged like that. And now I'm going to put some of my fridgy stuff in there. So we had some Italian sausage the other night. I had a couple links left over, so I just cut that up. So I am just going to sprinkle some sausage right over top of that. My little delicious little squares of bread. smelling yummy, smelling yummy. And no, I'm not liking the way that my bread sits in here. I know it's gonna blow up once it's just kind of weird right now. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay, so now that I have my sausage in there, I am going to see what other yummy things I have. I had some green onion. I always got some green onion in there, so we'll get a little of that onion going on in there. Get that poured in there. And again, because we had sausage and peppers the other night, I have some leftover. I'm just going to throw that right in on top of there. Oh, that smells really good. I want to eat right now. Yum. I'm just going to throw that in there. Just cover that. And then we're going to throw in some bacon, because you know I like my bacon in a bag. We get the handy little bag of bacon that we're going to give a nice little sprinkle to right over the top. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Love this because it's, you know, less than $2 for a bag, already cooked. A little bit goes a long way. Sprinkle it in there and yum. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some mozzarella cheese in, because if you've seen any of my videos before, you know I like mozzarella cheese because it has a nice creaminess to it when it melts. Some other cheeses don't have that nice ooey gooey kind of meltiness to it, and I like that, so I am going to put mozzarella in here so that I have ooey gooiness. Maybe save a little bit for the top. Okay, and I'm going to put some spices in here. I'm going to put just a little bit of basil, just because I like basil. You use whatever your family likes for seasoning, or maybe if you want to try something new, sneak it on in here. It's a good place for it. And some pepper, because, you know, when you have eggs, you just got to have pepper. I like my pepper. I'm going to put some black pepper in there. And of course, what would basically any dish that I have be without some garlic? So let's get a little garlic in there, because you gotta have a little garlic. Keeps the vampires away. Also good for your cholesterol, I believe. Can't hurt it, right? Okay, so we got some garlic in there. And now we are going to take our next set of bread slices and we're just going to put them right on top like we're making a big old weird looking sandwich. You're going to go right over top. I did have a little bit of extra bread. I probably could have squeezed that down on the bottom. Oh well, the dogs will enjoy that. Can I squeeze it down on the bottom? I might just squeeze it down here in the bottom. I'm going to squeeze that where I said I didn't like that gap in the edge. I'm going to squeeze. I'll probably regret that later because I don't have nothing good down there, but that'll be the dog's food. They can have that. Okay, so now we have this funky little sandwich kind of thing. I poured my eggs into a measuring cup there so that I could pour it over top without making a big giant mess. And now I'm going to just pour my egg and milk mixture right over top of my bread. Just kind of divide it up as we go, nice and slow. You can get that just a little bit on the edge there. I'm just going to go back over so that we make sure that we get all of the slices good and covered. Get that yummy egg mix in there, just like so. There we go. And then I'm going to put another layer of cheese on top. Here's where I'm going to put my cheddar cheese. Then we'll have kind of a nice little crispiness to the top of it when it bakes. A little bit more cheese there. And then of course I'm going to put some more mozzarella on top because, you know, we want creamy, yummy goodness. probably need to put a little more mozzarella on there. But once you have covered the top of your strata with your cheese, you can maybe sprinkle a little more bacon on there and cover it with foil, or if you're using a Pyrex and have one of those fancy lids, you can put that on there, and you're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. It'll soak up that good delicious egg mixture. In the morning you can pull it out, pop it in the oven, and you'll have a fabulous casserole. So I'm going to put mine in the refrigerator. So your strata's been in the refrigerator for at least 24 hours. The bread has soaked up the egg mixture real nice. I'm just going to dust some pepper on there, some chives, and we're ready to put it in the oven. It'll be there about an hour. You're going to want to put it in until your bread is nice and toasty and kind of firm on top. So our strata is now out of the oven. It is nice and toasty brown on top. You can take a knife and insert it in the middle just to make sure that your egg is cooked all the way through, and you're ready to serve it up as a delicious breakfast or even a dinner with a nice side of potatoes or something. And with Mother's Day just around the corner, just make a nice little Mother's Day brunch. Pretty easy to do. Thank you for welcoming the Kingsville Public Library into your home today and for joining me in mine. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, or share so that your friends can become our friends. If you tried this recipe, let us know how you did by making a comment. And we'd love to hear your feedback. You can email us, reference@kingsvillelibrary.org. Remember to stay safe, stay well, practice that good social distancing, and we'll see you real soon. Parky, it's time to get up. It's time for breakfast.